Welcome to Marseille. Today we are exploring Marseille, the city of 100 neighborhoods. This sprawling Mediterranean urban center is actually the oldest city in France. It's definitely got a vibe all on its own, as it's France's most multicultural city as well. With its gorgeous blue water and 300 days of sunshine a year, it definitely is a great summer destination. We are visiting Marseille as the first port of call on our Virgin Voyages cruise. So if you're looking for ideas that you can do if you're on a similar cruise, or if you're just in Marseille for a short period of time, I hope this video gives you some fun ideas. Well, good morning. We've been docked in Marseille for quite a bit. We had an announcement this morning as we were eating breakfast that our ability to go ashore was being delayed because there was a strike here in the dock that affects the transportation in and out of the dock. Nothing says welcome to France like a strike, am I right? Finally announced about 30 minutes ago that everything is cleared up. It's safe for us to go ashore. So we're gonna pack up our bags for the day. Follow along, I'll show you guys what we get up to on our little port day here in Marseille. I should also mention, it's my birthday today, so it's an extra special day. We're gonna have a lot of fun. There are shuttle buses that arrive in the port to take you into the main area of town, although I did see some people walking, although I don't know why you would choose to do that because it is definitely a drive to the port. Definitely glad we caught the shuttle because that would have been a long walk. The shuttle bus takes you through town and conveniently drops you off in the Vieux or Old Port of Marseille. This has been the natural harbor of the city since antiquity, and it's now the main, most popular place to see in Marseille. So it's definitely a great starting point or place to begin your day exploring this city. Honey, look, schmucks are only €5. If anyone can explain to me what they mean by schmuck in this situation, I would really appreciate you leaving me a comment down below. We really wanted to go and see Notre de la Garde, which is this beautiful church high on top of this hill, but it's not so easy to get up there. The easiest way I would suggest is taking a tourist train, which you can catch right here down in the harbor. It's only €9 a person, and it takes you on a fun little train ride throughout the city so you can get a great view and overview of Marseille. The train also has a little recorded audio guide in French and English as you drive through the city, telling you about the main points of interest that you're seeing as you drive along. One thing to be aware of, this is not a hop-on, hop-off sort of situation. You're literally riding on this train to get up to the church. So while there were so many beautiful places we saw on the coast and I really wanted to stop and hang out at this beach, this train is not for doing that, so just be aware. This was super cool. That island out there is where Chateau d'If is, which is the prison that you might know of if you've ever read or seen the movie The Count of Monte Cristo. That is where Edmond Dantes escapes from prison. Now, like I said, you could absolutely walk or hike up to this church, but it would take you probably about an hour and be very strenuous and time-consuming. Notre de la Garde, or La Bonne Mère as the locals call it, is a basilica built on the foundations of an ancient fort that was built at the highest natural point in Marseille. This church is the emblem of the city as it sits and watches over the sailors, fishermen, and the people of Marseille. Definitely was a good option to take that little train up here, because that would have been a hike, and Nate would have been mad at me. For sure. But it was really cool because we got to go through all the windy neighborhood streets to get up here and see a little bit more of Marseille than just the touristy port area down below. Construction on the basilica began in 1853 and it lasted over 40 years. The church is designed in the Neo-Byzantine style and decorated with beautiful mosaics that you can see all throughout the ceiling and the floors. There are 13,000 square feet of mosaics in this church. Hanging from the ceiling, you'll see figurines of ships and planes, as well as paintings of ships all along the walls. These are ex voto, which basically means they are religious offerings of the people of Marseille, giving thanks for recovering from diseases, accidents, and wrecks of all sorts. I just could not get enough of the beautiful details that were all over the ceiling, from just the stunning mosaic work to all the gold leaf. Make sure while you're here visiting Notre de la Garde that you go below to check out the crypts. They have even more examples of ex voto along the walls down here. The only bad thing about the train is they only give you like 25 minutes here, so I think we might just grab a taxi so that we can spend a little more time down here. Up here, I should say. While the church itself is so beautiful to see, the other reason you have to make the trek up here is for this view. You just won't find a better view of Marseille than this. It's drizzling. Of course, it would rain on my birthday. It always does. It doesn't matter if I'm in LA or Marseille. The rain finds me on my birthday. Why is that? It would be just my luck to get rain on my birthday in a city that gets 300 days of sun a year. Thankfully, it was just a quick drizzle that passed quickly. We actually figured out that you don't have to get back on the exact train that you took up. Just as long as you keep your ticket, you can ride any of the ones back down. Little blue train. So yeah, as long as you have your ticket on you, you just get on whenever you find one. You don't have to rush 25 minutes in that church if you don't want to. So a little tip for you. We're gonna try and figure out their metro system and check out Boulevard Longchamp. It's a little bit of a walk. And Nate doesn't like walking. So
I don't like walking for 9 hours a day.
Oh, he doesn't like walking for 9 hours a day.
Job or something.
It's burning calories so we can eat more croissants. Done. Whether you're here for just a day or a couple, you might want to grab a Marseille City Pass, which you can buy online or at their tourist office, which is in the Old Port area. It's valid for 1 to 3 days, and the pass covers museum admissions, unlimited public transport, public bike shares, a guided city tour, and a Chateau d'If boat trip. Definitely sounds like a great deal, and I wish we would have grabbed it in advance. Regardless, their metro system is super inexpensive, and it's also really easy to navigate just using Google Maps on your phone. We went 3 stops on the M1, and from there, it's about a 15-minute walk to Palais Longchamp. At this point, we were starving, so we decided to stop for lunch and got a table outside at this cafe located right across the street from Parc Longchamp, and it was so good. I mean, Nate's burger was probably the best one that I've ever had. Oh my God. All right. The Palais Longchamp is located in the 4th arrondissement of Marseille and was created to celebrate the construction of the Canal de Marseille, which was built to bring water from the river Durance, I hope I'm saying that right, to Marseille. Construction began in 1839 and it took 30 years to complete due to the enormous expense and also difficulties with local regulations. This is the Chateau d'Eau, or water castle. It is the prominent feature of Palais Longchamp. This structure also houses 2 museums, an art museum that houses 17th and 18th century paintings on the left, and the Natural History Museum, which gathers several collections of curiosity displays from the 18th century given by the city and the state. If you have time, they're definitely worth checking out. The monument was born as a true ode to water, as is evidenced by allegorical sculptures that symbolize fertility and abundance. Before the 18 aqueduct bridges were built to solve the city's water shortage and bring plenty of drinking water to Marseille, the city suffered from drought and was ravaged by cholera, so having access to plenty of fresh water was life-changing for the people of this city. The fountain represents a chariot pulled by bulls that carries grapes and wheat, and 3 female figures rise above it representing fertility and life. Behind the colonnade, there's a whole park, which we didn't get to check out. You can go and see the remains of what was once a zoo here. Definitely worth the little trek that it took to get over here from the main Old Port area. A little bit off the beaten path. There's definitely not as many tourists over here, but this is just a stunning garden. It's one of the more notable gardens in France, according to their Ministry of Culture. So definitely worth checking out, taking the trek out here for. It's absolutely beautiful. over there on the top of that hill is where we were earlier. It's truly beautiful to just come to this park and sit and watch this incredible fountain. Maybe pack yourself a little picnic and sit on the grass. On a less hot, super sunny summer day, I definitely could have sat here for quite a while. We'll take this whole outfit, s'il vous plaît. Honey, I found what I want for my birthday. Before heading back on the Metro, make sure to check out the Church of St. Vincent de Paul, a really gorgeous neo-Gothic style church. After getting back to the Old Port, we stopped into one of the cafes overlooking the marina for a spritz, you know, to cool down a bit. Our last stop of the day was Fort Saint-Jean, which is located at the entrance to the Old Port and is one of the most visited monuments in the city. The Old Fort houses the museum of the civilizations of Europe and the Mediterranean, but also offers stunning views of the port and the city. What?
Let's go find some shit.
He's so mad at me. He's not happy with me. Oh, this is cool. It's only day 2 in Europe. Well, day 2 on this cruise and I've already broken him. Not a good sign. This fort was built in 1660 on a site earlier occupied by the Military Order of the Knights of St. John, from which the new building derived its name. Louis XIV commissioned this fortress because, quote, "We noticed that the inhabitants of Marseille were extremely fond of nice fortresses. We wanted to have our own at the entrance to this great port," end quote. Since its construction, it has been seized by a revolutionary mob in the late 1700s, used as a prison during the French Revolution, and during the 19th and 20th centuries used as a barracks by the French army, and it was also once occupied by the Nazis during World War II. You can catch a glimpse of the Marseille Cathedral from here, which we did not get to check out, but definitely worth seeing if you have the time. Conveniently enough for us, this last landmark brought us right where we needed to be to catch the shuttle bus back to the port. Love that they kind of have a wannabe Hollywood sign over there. I hope you enjoyed our little day in Marseille and it gave you some fun ideas of things that you can do if you have a port day here in Marseille, or if you're just visiting for a short period of time and looking for some fun ideas to do if you only have a day or maybe 2. I think we got some really fun things in, made it back to the ship just in time for happy hour on Richard's rooftop here at Virgin Voyages. Cheers. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, because we have so many more fun port vlogs that are coming up from this French Daze Ibiza Nights cruise on Virgin Voyages. Make sure to check the description box if you want to check out some of the other ports that we checked out, as well as the overall vlog for this cruise. And I will see you guys on the next one in Cannes. Cheers!